you have former national players, but even then, they tend to not know the rules very well. Especially, can you hear me, Bob?
I got it.
Okay, cool.
I was gonna say, can you turn the mic up a bit?
We're having audio problems, Bob. Come on.
Yeah, that's right, I told you.
Well, that's the computer, not you.
Yeah. All right, so anyhow, I've got several videos of examples of things that I think are good, that are universal for all of us to keep in mind, you know, and keep practicing at any age level. So, can anybody give me maybe some feedback of the things that you think that are good characteristics for referees to have at any age group?
Fitness.
Fitness, okay. Anything else? Nope. I mean, whether it's U10 up to semi-pro or whatever else we do around here.
Get to the field when you're supposed to be there.
Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have videos of that. But yes, that's a good answer.
Confidence.
Confidence. Okay, thanks. Very good. I do have some good examples of that from our own matches. Okay.
Work ethic.
Work ethic. Good. All right. Always show that you're doing your best, right? That you want to be there. That you always want to make the right call. No matter if you're the only one sometimes out there that seems interested. Depending on what league you're doing. But yeah, those are all very good answers. So it's up to you guys, because we don't have time for me to show everything I've got here. But I've got examples from MLS. I've got examples from Beach FC matches out at the complex. Whether you knew that y'all were being recorded or not. And I've got examples from international matches from last year, I think right before the Women's Olympics. To show mechanics, to show good examples, good and bad examples of mechanics, changes in the law for dog show, body language, and teamwork between the crew of referees. So, what do y'all want to look at first?
Beach FC ones.
Beach FC ones? Okay, all right. That works.
See who's out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just one thing too, just keep in mind, any CCL matches that are played and you see that big camera that's up on the tripod, they're filming the game, we've been given access to all that film so that we can use those as we see fit. So just remember that when you're out there doing that.
Yeah, we have the link to that.
Yeah.
And we thought about actually getting one of those.
Do the referees also get access to that film if they're being ref? Since you guys have access.
That's a good question.
I can definitely bring that up and, you know.
All it is YouTube. So I've got the YouTube link, and I'm sure they don't mind if any of us go on that link anytime and check it out. Okay. So I don't know if you want to make sense.
Are they clips or
All the members or?
Yeah.
No, they're the whole game.
Well, sometimes.
Yeah, they may edit some of the stuff out.
The only reason I asked is some of the GA games when we're filmed, they don't like us giving access to the films to other people.
Right. Well, it may be that you know, I'll talk to Dan Buskey at Beach. It may be that we'll do it on a case-by-case basis for a game that we know that, for example, that you're on and you want to look at it. You know, then we may be able to. I may be able to work out something with them to grant you access to be able to see that game. Right. So that, you know, this is kind of a new area for us. So we'll work with it.
Right. But just keep in mind, you know, if you do have that link, or you do see your own match, or someone else that was working with you, or a completely different crew, just keep ethics in mind. Right? We were just talking about ethics. Okay, so don't degrade referee if it's not in the proper setting and all that stuff. Okay? All right, so yeah, we can do some Beach FC stuff about mechanics. And how she's using body language and confidence to show everyone that she's in charge. Can everybody see where the referee is?
Yeah, right in the middle.
Right there.
Yeah. Coach is on the field. Give him a card.
You went in the head.
Ayato!
So there she is right there.
Where are we marking, Ayoko? Where are we marking? Jaden, where we at, Jaden? Good, we got coming back in, bro.
Okay, and it may seem petty, but yeah, it was just a goal kick. It was a simple set piece. But she decided to backpedal, even though it's a U11, U12, something simple. She decided to backpedal, keep the players that, you know, that she needs to be looking at in her view. And it's a good thing she did, because the ball got quickly put back into play, right? Let's move to...
Due to time constraints, we have jumped ahead in the video.
Yeah. Well, you know, I can't show you the whole match, so. All right, here's an example where she has to blow the whistle and deal with the situation pretty quickly. Okay, did everybody catch that? Granted, it was on the far side of where the camera is. But there was kind of a hard challenge, all right? And she decided to blow the whistle, a strong whistle, go in pretty hard. Not too hard, she's not going to card anybody, all right? But because she's using that body language to show everyone that, hey, that's unacceptable, don't do that, she doesn't even need to give a card, all right? Okay, 9:53. Another good example of this.
Good there, we slide, finish second, and carry the runner. Good there, Brock. It goes, Jonathan. Excellent.
That was the same exact as the hard lob.
Okay. Yeah, actually, that was one of my talking points as well in another match. And Doug's got a good point that we need to also vary the ways that we communicate. All right. In this case, she's not running to the spot because she's using her whistle very, strongly to show people, hey, whatever, cut it out, stuff like that. All right. But for body language and mechanics, I wanted us to notice that, emphasize that her posture's good, her signals are good, and her positioning is good. In my opinion.
Mature presentation.
Yeah.
Good, get back to play. Rough. Jaden, Hayden, pop up. Let's go carry it. Hands.
Everybody follow that? Again, the players are kind of far away from the camera. But the coaches, a couple of the players were screaming for a handball to be called. Okay, notice that? The ball went straight to, or on the way to attack her, I guess, and the defender's arms come up, screaming for a handball. If we replay it and you notice her mechanics again, I think she did well in showing good patience to see what's going to happen next. I have something to say about dogs, though, and especially because of the recent law changes. This is a good one for us to look at, and I want to bring up something that they don't talk about on the video, and they don't talk about on the the write-up of it from U.S. Soccer.
Con esa presión, ojo con esto porque va a alcanzar la Tom Dwyer, sí, ahí está el trazo hacia atrás, es muy bueno.
La diagonal de la muerte peligrosa desde casi el tiro de esquina. La colocaba bien, sin embargo, no pudo ir a mayores. Y aquí me la presenta el Mirón. Arranca el Mirón, sigue con ella.
All right, what do y'all say? What do you think? Okay, so first we had to decide, was it a foul, right? And granted, you're going to be a little closer than where you are where the camera is, okay? But you're also not going to have the benefit of replay. Unless you look at the big screen in those stadiums, and that's not really a good way to
Yeah, they're gonna be
That's
VAR
true.
in MLS.
That's true. They have VAR. But you also have to realize they only review certain plays. This would be one of them probably, but so whether or not a foul occurred, right? Where the foul occurred. Okay, so now we're getting into whether it's dog so or not. Okay, and nowadays, even if it is dog so, we got to decide what color card. Okay, so
Only if it's in the area.
Only if it's in the air.
true. All right.
Look at the air.
He's looking around like, what, you just don't?
He's outside the area.
Yeah, it's still red card. Should be. Now, whether he calls it, whether he did it or not, I don't know.
A mí me parece que es un acto, no sé si para cobrar penal, el Tata Martínez estaba vuelto loco, él cree que sí hubo falta, toda la banca del Atlanta United está reclamando al cuarto árbitro.
Marcelo, a ver, la única manera en la que podrían revisarle si que fue la tarjeta es una jugada de expulsión, no. Por eso no hay video review.
Okay, and that's the end of the video. Do we want to watch it again one more time? Okay.
No hizo el gol, se dejó esa presión. Ojo con esto porque va a alcanzar las dos toallas, sí. Ahí está el trazo hacia atrás, es muy bueno. La diagonal de la muerte peligrosa desde casi el tiro de esquina. La colocaba.
Honey, can you try to stand where you're not in somebody's way too? I'm seeing the screen. Just stand over there.
I can't.
Yeah, you can. You can look at it and things.
Said all my acting didn't help.
Okay, so basically, the referee decided from the beginning there was no foul. He didn't even stop play. Okay? Okay, well, that's why we're having a discussion, okay? I'm not here to say what's right or what's wrong.
It's
Whatever.
MLS.
Okay?
It's a show, just like WWE. Wow! So,
Wait a minute, it's not that safe.
when I was little, I went to WSF. But again, at this level, we can't, what we do is not gonna be the same what they do. Different, whole different show, right?
In a lot of
He
ways.
had all 4 Ds right there. In your game, if you think that's a foul, that's a red card.
I agree.
The defender made no attempt to play the ball.
No.
Proximity, he's going towards the goal, ball's right in front of him. He meets all the criteria. So that in a game when we do, that's a red card because it's outside the area. Inside the area, you can say, well, he tried to play the ball, and you can give him a yellow, but you gotta give a PK.
Okay? Anybody else? Add something? Add, subtract, amplify?
What did Pro say?
Okay, good question. So Pro says that, well, let's read it. Instead of taking my word for it. Blah, blah. Rewind to play. You'll see position right there. At the time Spector makes his tackle, Marufo has made up enough ground to see that Spector has won the ball cleanly, and Anderson is perfectly positioned to confirm no foul. I guess Anderson's the AR, the lead AR.
Who won the ball cleanly?
Okay, so that's a good question. No, I'm not here to criticize. I'm not saying they did anything right or wrong, but there's something else about this that I want to bring up
Show the finish again.
that will apply to what we do.
Show the finish again.
Okay.
Okay.
So saying right there, he made contact.
Okay.
All right.
So he hits the ball.
Contact with the ball. That's
Right. So he does make contact with the ball.
right.
Can it still have a foul?
Yes.
Yeah, but not in this case.
Not at this level.
Not at this level. You're right.
I ain't calling
But in
it.
our games, it's a different story. Just like I said earlier.
Again, for me, if you play the ball cleanly and the other guy runs into you, it's not a foul. Okay? The defender got their slide tackle, got the ball cleanly, and the player kept running. That's why he had his feet and then finally got up. So, in my opinion, I don't think it's a foul at all.
I think what Doug's trying to get at is look at the way he's coming in. In a U11 game, if he's coming in with his studs high like that or out as a player, you're still not calling the foul?
No, but he wasn't coming at the player. He made a calculated effort to slide tackle.
But the
ball.
player falls. Look at the way he's coming in to that challenge.
His studs are like out.
U11 is not going to do that.
But that's what Doug's trying to get at.
Yeah, they do too.
14, 15, it doesn't matter. Even though you get it, you're gonna say, if the ref, you have the right position, you still may want to communicate with your AR, but he came in there recklessly. Even though he played that ball, right, the guy was running, who made contact with who? The 10 red did not make contact with 2 white.
If he was reckless, he could have really creamed that player. He did have some care going after the ball.
10 made contact. He should have jumped over it after he scored the ball.
Now, Tony, I don't think you could have jumped over.
Yeah, number 10.
Look at the reaction from the defender. He thinks he's screwed.
The defender knows he did a wrong thing. Just look at like Steve said. The defender knows he did something bad. He got away with it.
Okay, but what I also want to bring up and just discuss, I'm not saying either way that we should decide, but just as, for a good discussion, what happened right after this challenge? Huh? Okay, everybody stopped, but the referee didn't stop play. What happened to the ball? The keeper picked it up.
So if that's the case,
So no-
what is it? Pass back.
So yeah, is there no problem with that, with the keeper picking it up? Okay. I agree with Doug.
It doesn't have to be intent.
When we were told to use the advice to referees, what the advice to referees would tell us is that a deliberate pass back does not have to be that you have to read their mind about where it goes. A deliberate play on the ball with the foot. Right? And then the keeper takes advantage of it. So, yeah, if you're not going to call a foul, then you're saying that he deliberately played that and cleanly played it.
Back to his goalkeeper.
I would call a pass back. But I'm not sure that I would, be close enough to not realize that that was clean to begin with, okay? So we're just discussing this, all right? Just something to keep in mind.
How many of us would be 10 yards from that play when it happened?
Might be the only one. All right, anybody see anything wrong with this picture?
Yeah, he's not afraid.
Okay. Yeah, this is a great play by the team in red. All right, the guy's going to go in and he's eventually going to score. Sorry to spoil it for you, but the potential for something to happen right there with 3 defenders is huge, and the referee is at least 30 yards away. Okay, so just keep that.
Maybe 40, yeah.
Yeah, just keep that in mind. I mean, it worked out well for the ref. They put it in the back of the net. Everybody was happy. But you don't want a critical time in the game to ruin everything for you, because the rest of this match was actually officiated pretty well.
What game of the day was this for him?
It's a good question.
Because he's usually pretty well about his positioning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't start his run until they were already across midfield on a full-on run. And if you back it up just a little bit, Steve, back to that spot, you can see where he's walking and the ball's gone, and then all of a sudden he starts his. Okay, see, he's still walking. Now you can see he starts into his run, and they're already.
He's not reading the game. That's the problem. He's not reading the next phase of play.
They're already 15 yards ahead of him.
Just like that. That could result in a red card. That could be an injury. You know, and we want to be there. How about one more, Chuck? From this game? One more?
Yeah.
Okay, one more from this game.
One more, quickly.
All right, so let's see.
I lied. We're going to do one more, guys. Steve talked me into it.
Ooh, it's buffering well now. All right, this one builds up a little bit, so we'll just follow it through and doesn't result in a goal or anything like that. Y'all were watching this game?
I was like,
Oh, really? Okay.
was this the one where he touched the player?
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Mike had to talk about that after the game.
Okay. All right, so you noticed that. Anything else you want to discuss about it, good or bad? Or?
The AR is wearing a hat. You shouldn't do that.
You're allowed.
Get that out of your mentality.
It's in the
Both of
it's
us
in the
are having
US
skin
it's
cancer surgery next
mandated
month.
now.
Get it out of your
It's
mind.
mandated
Don't
now
fall
to
like the
go.
challenge, you wear hats all the time.
It looks unprofessional.
No, guys, hat, you can wear a hat. You know, for your own, your own
At least it's black.
safety, I guess.
Come on.
You know.
It was probably a sunny day.
Yep.
And not everybody in this room has as much hair as you and I do.
Pushed in right there, because they're on the bench side, right in the middle of the field. He should have been pushing in to get closer, because something was gonna happen.
Okay, that's a good observation. We're not trying to pick apart this referee, but just notice what he's doing and when he reacts to it. Okay, a lot of contact starting right here, right?
Yep.
They're trying to find the ball, they're trying to sort it out. That number 8 or whatever in black, he's starting to get frustrated.
He's already out of position.
Well, he got whacked just a little bit ago, because I was seeing which one it was, and it was him that got whacked on the shin. So he's probably
there. You go.
Got it in his head that.
Right there.
Yep.
The player, yeah, he came up like this, y'all.
Right.
And the referee is still in the middle of the field. Okay?
So this guy's already got a little toot going on right now because of that.
So he started going vigilante. All right? Now, once he does blow the whistle, I would say he deals with it pretty well, maybe except for the contact with the player. But it was a little too late, something like that. All right?
Too little, too
more
late.
than it had to be, right? Maybe he could have been more vocal, got a little closer, started realizing what was going on before what actually happened.
So, hey, Doug, where at the point when you had the three before the horse collar, where should he have been? Just, I mean, you know.
That's not a terrible position.
It's not a terrible
No, it's not.
position. No, it's not, but
He
it's.
could just come straight in about 10 paces.
Right.
Straight out.
Just to maybe be in here. Right in here.
Yeah.
Maybe with this guy or closer to this guy.
Those guys
When all this stuff was
they
going
weren't
on.
there initially. That area was open. He could have just squeezed right in there and been in an open position.
Well, this is another teaching point, though. It's not just the referee.
Right.
The AR is right there.
Right.
The AR, as an AR, you can talk.
Yep.
You can manage your way out of it too. So the AR could. There's no offside to be dealt with there because the ball's going the opposite way. So the AR needs to be more vocal and try to manage his way out of it with the referee. But then when you have this commotion going on, the AR also needs to get in there too.
Okay. I agree with that. You can work well with your teammates, right? Help out the ref.
And that all comes back to pregame. You don't have a pregame. How does the AR know what to do there?
Right. So if you don't tell him what you want him to do, how's he going to know what he needs to do?
And really and truly, the AR is probably seeing stuff the referee can't even see. You know, like the studs up maybe,
Potentially, we
stuff
can't
like
see
that.
He's still
Yeah.
maybe 15, 20 yards down based on
Right,
the
because
second
where
Are you further down?
where the defenders are at.
Yeah, we don't know where the second last defender is. So yeah.
But like Aaron said,
Okay.
if it starts to happen, if the ball's going this way, screw the second to last defender. My language, but
Okay.
start pushing in close. You can push in closer. You just have to realize that if something happens, you better be able to get back down there where you need to be.
Right.
Especially with this age group, they need to hear somebody nearby saying, you know,
Knock that off.
let
yeah.
go of the jersey, knock it off, whatever
There
it
you go.
takes.
Well, you know, and Aaron made a great point too on the pregame, because I know I'm guilty of it, and I'm sure there's a lot of other folks sitting at these tables right now that is. This is your fourth game of the day. What kind of pregame do you do on your fourth game after you've been working with the same guys? You know, so it may be the same group. It may not necessarily be the same group. Maybe have somebody new came in at the end. So the point is just, you know, treat it like it's your first game and do a decent pregame for every game.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And next thing we'll do is Karen, can you come up just a minute and kind of? I know most all of you have